Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being a viewer. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. I want you to know that I greatly appreciate you, and I'm now going to start covering more and more information that helps you make more money, that helps you save more money, and that helps you invest your money successfully. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time and welcome to my channel. This is a little bit of information about me. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. So please make sure you become a subscriber of our channel if you're not a subscriber of our community already. Let's just jump right in. I've had a lot of questions from our viewers and subscribers asking, what is it exactly that is in this $900 billion stimulus package that has been signed into law finally by the president? Let's start with the first thing, stimulus checks. So this package contains direct payments of $600 to individuals. So $600 stimulus checks, which again is half the amount that was provided with the CARES Act. Now, this also includes $600 per child. So eligible families will receive an additional $600 per child, which, by the way, is $100 more than what Congress had done with the first version, with the first CARES Act. So these payments will start phasing out for individuals who make an adjusted gross income of more than $75,000 a year. So those making more than $99,000 a year will receive nothing. Now, I've had a lot of questions. Is it 2019 income, 2020 income? The answer to that question is 2019 income. Why? Because 2020 income has still not been filed and submitted. The year 2020 is not over at the time I'm recording this video. This income threshold is double for individuals. So keep in mind that again, this is based on 2019 returns. So those who file their 2019 tax returns will receive the money automatically, as well as Social Security recipients and those who uploaded their bank account information using the IRS's online portal to receive their first payment. So if you got the first payment, you will simply seamlessly get the second payment. Now, undocumented immigrants who do not have Social Security numbers will not be eligible for the payments. Now, keep in mind the president has said that illegal aliens will get money, but again, undocumented immigrants who do not have Social Security numbers will not get payments. So, but there is a change compared to the first version, compared to the first CARES Act, which is that their spouses and children of undocumented immigrants are now eligible for these checks as long as they have Social Security numbers. So that is something that we need to keep in mind. Now, let's talk unemployment benefits. The jobless will receive a $300 a week federal booster through the 14th of March. In other words, $300 a week on top of state unemployment benefits. Now, this amount is half of the $600 a week booster that was instituted as a result of the CARES Act, and that ended in the last week of July. Now, keep in mind that because the president waited until Sunday yesterday to sign the legislation, many out-of-work Americans may only get 10 weeks instead of 11 weeks because of this one-day delay from the president. Also, the package extends by 11 weeks to other unemployment programs, the PUA program and the PEUC program. Now, keep in mind that the PUA program expanded jobless benefits to individuals, and it was instituted as a result of the CARES Act, expanded jobless benefits to individuals who are not normally eligible for state unemployment benefits. This includes self-employed workers, gig workers, part-time workers. So the Pandemic Emergency Unemployment Compensation Program, the PEUC program, provides an additional 13 weeks of payments to those who have exhausted their regular state benefits. So keep in mind you can get the PUA program and state benefits, after which you get PEUC, but you cannot be eligible for both. You're eligible for one or the other. Now, both programs will close to new applicants on the 14th of March, but they'll continue through the 5th of April for existing claimants who have not yet reached their maximum number of weeks. Keep in mind the prior maximum number of weeks was 39 weeks. The new maximum number of weeks is 50 weeks. So just keep that in mind. Also, this measure provides a federally funded $100 per week additional benefit to those who receive at least $5,000 a year in annual self-employment income, but they are disqualified. These individuals are disqualified from receiving the PUA program because they are eligible for state unemployment benefits. Keep in mind, if you are eligible for state unemployment benefits, you get disqualified from the PUA program. The PUA program is specifically for those who do not qualify for state unemployment benefits. So the bottom line is, with the new bill, the package does give states the authority to waive overpayments in cases where the claimant is not at fault, and in cases where the state determines that they can waive the overpayment. This was a big problem with the POA program in the past because a lot of payments went to individuals who then spent the money and then who were told they were overpaid because the state made a mistake. The POA program has also been plagued with a significant amount of fraud. I've covered that elsewhere on my channel. Now, keep in mind this agreement has now been passed into law, and it does contain full federal financing of all of these benefits through the middle of March, and it does provide additional benefits to those who desperately need it. So now, at this point in time, we also have information on small business loans. The package reopens the Paycheck Protection Program so that small businesses can apply for money. And the program had actually stopped taking applications for funding for the first round of loans back in August. So the second loans will be limited to those with fewer than 300 employees that have seen drops in at least 25% of their revenue during the first, second, or third quarter of 2020. It also reduces the amount of money a borrower can receive from $10 million previously down to $2 million, and it gives businesses more flexibility on how to spend the money, and it simplifies the forgiveness process for loans under $150,000. It does carve out $12 billion for minority-owned businesses. It also expands eligibility to more nonprofits as well as local newspapers, TV, and radio broadcasters. Now, there are also grants for theaters and other live venues. The package contains a $15 billion grant program for live venues, theaters, and museum operators that have lost at least 25% of their revenues. The initial grant can total up to $10 million per eligible business, and a second grant, which is worth half the amount of the first grant, can also be available. So the money will be for specific expenses such as payroll costs, rent, utilities, and personal protective equipment, PPE, which is important to protect us against the pandemic. During the first 14 days that this program is going to be implemented, I'm talking about the grants. Grants will be awarded to those who have faced 90% revenue losses. In other words, places that have pretty much been shut down, which is a lot of places, a lot of theaters, a lot of live entertainment venues. So then those who have experienced at least 70% loss, remember the first threshold is a 90% loss in revenue. After that, individuals who have experienced or businesses that have experienced a 70% loss in revenue will be eligible over the next 2 weeks. So that is how this program is structured. And after the first month of the program, any other eligible businesses can receive grants. Let's see if there's any money left after those businesses tap into this money. There's also funding for schools and childcare. There's $82 billion in aid for K through 12 schools and colleges, and earlier proposals had called for $100 billion, but this package ended up with $82 billion. An additional $10 billion is included to support childcare providers that have struggled because of the pandemic, because a lot of childcare providers have indeed suffered a lot. There's rental assistance. Now, this extends the eviction moratorium until January 31st. It was set to expire at the end of this year. It also provides $25 billion in rental assistance for individuals who've lost their sources of income during the pandemic. There's also nutrition assistance. The package raises SNAP benefits by 15% for 6 months, but the eligibility remains the same. The eligibility has not been expanded. Now, keep in mind, this is more generous than the original bipartisan agreement that was crafted earlier in the month. That had actually called for a 4-month increase. This essentially is a 6-month increase, raises SNAP benefits by 15% for 6 months. So it helps those who are the most vulnerable amongst us, who are struggling to put food on the table. Now, Democrats have advocated for augmenting the SNAP program, which is Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, and also known as food stamps, since the pandemic began. But, in prior relief packages, the SNAP program wasn't considered, but it has been considered now. This also expands the pandemic EBT program to families with children under the age of 6 who receive food stamps, deeming them enrolled in childcare and eligible for benefits. The program now also provides money to low-income families with school-age children, instead of the free and reduced meals they would have received in school. So that is a good thing to help those who are the most vulnerable amongst us. The package sends $400 million to food banks and food pantries through the Emergency Food Assistance Program. So a lot of good things here. There's money for vaccine and hospital funding, $20 billion for the purchase of vaccines so they can be available at no charge for those who need it, as well as another $8 billion for vaccine distribution. It also gives states $20 billion to assist them with testing. Now it adds $3 billion to the $175 billion fund for hospitals and healthcare providers for reimbursement of healthcare-related expenses or lost revenue resulting from the pandemic. Now, the original agreement would have given them another $35 billion. So there's a bit of a compromise there. There's payroll tax repayment. Employers who are deferring the payroll taxes under President Trump's executive action in August now have until the end of 2021 to increase their employees' withholding to pay back the taxes owed. So remember, this money was meant to be essentially, a postponement of the payroll tax. It was going to waive the payroll taxes because that's what covers Social Security. Originally, the deferred amount had to be paid back by April 30th, 2020. But now they have until the end of 2021. Now, many federal workers are required to participate in the program, though their unions had actually protested. Now, keep in mind, state and local funding is not a part of this package. There was an initial call for $160 billion in assistance, but state and local funding did not make it. And I want our viewers and subscribers to know the bill also extends the deadline for spending down the $150 billion in COVID relief funds by the end of the year. So basically, there have been some changes. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. You'll find a link to all of our resources in the description section below. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. I really, really appreciate you watching. If you don't know anything about me, please check out my video right here. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. This channel, the Ignition Time channel, is about the country, it's about the economy, and it's about your money. Now, keep in mind, I do not have a crystal ball. You see that? I do not have a crystal ball, so I can't make predictions about the future, but I can tell you how to plan for the future. I can tell you how to understand things that are happening in the country, things that indeed affect the economy, and by extension, things that affect your money. We release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. That's 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. If you want to get on our text message alerts mailing list, simply get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time and send that to 70,000. That's 70000. You'll get added to SMS alerts list. You'll receive important news, important alerts about information that has the potential to impact your money. You'll also get information about any programs that we might release going forward. Now, if you want, you can also get added to our email list. Simply go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts, and you'll get added to our email list. You can opt out of the SMS list or the email list at any point in time that you want. Also, remember that sometimes YouTube does not send out notifications on time. So simply within your browser, simply bookmark youtube.com/ignition time. That's youtube.com/ignition time. Bookmark that on your browser and simply come back to our homepage and watch our videos at any point in time that you want. You can also follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is ignition_time. You'll get exclusive news and content on Instagram. Also, I recommend that you follow us on Twitter. You'll get exclusive information, breaking news and alerts on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is also ignition_time. That's ignition_time. So please make sure to follow us on Twitter as well. One of the things that I'm extremely proud about is our growing community. We are intelligent, the community is respectful, the community is bipartisan, the community is growing rapidly. So comment below and become a part of our growing community. You will be like a member of our family, and you might even make some new friends in our community. So come back to the Ignition Time channel, engage in the comment section below with other members of our community. Also, if you found this video helpful, please just share it with just 2 friends or family members. All I ask is you share the video with 2 friends or family members. You'll always find a link to all of our resources in the description section below. So make sure you check out our description section in case you want to dig deeper into the content that we release. Finally, please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications. That would be greatly appreciated. Gently ignite the like button, gently ignite that notification button, but do it gently. I don't want you to, oh no, I don't want you to crack your screen. That's not going to be fun. Please click the like button. That tells the YouTube algorithm that you found this content useful. I really appreciate you. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.